Hi, everyone. Did you miss me? I know. Okay, welcome to Personal Branding 101. I am so excited to share this with you, to go over these things. We're going to start slow, we're going to ease our way in, and hopefully by the time we're done, you will have learned so much and you will have so much to take in, complete, to hopefully just create this amazing personal brand to help you, to help gain followers, clients, and all the things. So, without further ado, because I missed you, let's get started. Okay. So, let's start Personal Branding 101 with me, Casey Renee. All right. So, too many people overvalue what they are not and undervalue what they are. Just sit on that for a second. You hear what I said? One more time. Too many people overvalue what they are not, but undervalue what they are until today. This is the start of something new. We're doing new things. Quarter four. Is it quarter four? It's quarter three. Quarter two? It's quarter two. I'm a teacher, so in classroom world, it is quarter four. That's why I said it. All right. So, personal branding, what it is, and ultimately, why does it matter? All right. So your personal brand is the story people tell about you when you're not in the room. I know we've heard this before. Jeff Bezos says it all the time, right? And it's how you show up, what you stand for, and what the vibe you leave behind, both online and in the real world. Okay. We will, however, talk more about online. Today is more just centering about personal brand, the overall arching theme of it, and some things for to consider. All right, then we'll break it down further into actual platforms and things like that. All right, so what my brand says about me? Hopefully, right? And I want to do this because I want to show you how some things we don't pay attention to when creating a brand or even when idolizing other people's brands, we don't necessarily see. And then once it's in our face, we're like, that is so them. That makes total sense. So if you have been following me in my classes, you will understand. If you're new, these are some things that you will see if you hit follow or subscribe. These are the things that you'll start to notice about me and also in tone when I am sending emails. All right, so bold, purple heart, cross your fingers and your butt cheeks, and then it is music. All right. So, what does all this mean for me? What does it mean for me when I am doing my personal branding? Because I tend to use the same things all the time, right? So, bold. This is the font that I do use. As you can see, if you have subscribed to the email list, if you see these YouTube channels with the title cards, this text shows confidence in my words, right? I don't know a lot, but what I do know, I speak very highly on, and I say it with my chest, right? So that's why I decided for me and my brand, I want to use bold text because I know when I say something, I am very knowledgeable on it. I am very direct, and I also want it to just hit. My signature on social media and interacting online is the purple heart. I use it all through TikTok when communicating with my subscribers on Substack, when I was using Flowdesk, everywhere. Instagram, I use the purple heart. One, my favorite color is purple. It's just something that has always just been a thing. And I decided to use it into my branding because red hearts are simple, yes. But something about the purple heart, I just feel like it corresponds to me and it correlates to me and my personality, right? The purple color is creativity. And I think because I am a creative, it just matches. Some things match made in heaven. All right. Cross your fingers and butt cheeks. I said it. And I say it all the time. All right. This is me showing you my personality and my tone. I lead with my personality. In branding, you can decide which way to lead. If you want to lead with just your talent, if you want to lead with just your personality, if you want to like hide your face and you want to lead with just the results, whatever that looks like, is no wrong answer, right? As long as you are hitting the marks, answering the questions, and showing up in a very authentic way, it's okay. I know some people that have personal brands and they're introverts and it works for them. So their brand of an introvert shines lights onto other introverts and is perfect. Okay. So do not get hung up on if you're an introvert, an ambivert, an extrovert, whatever that looks like. Whatever you want to lead your personal brand with, you are more than free to do it. With me, I think I really do have a really good personality. So I have a je ne sais quoi about making, I don't even know if I used that right. I, I think okay. I have this thing about me that makes people feel comfortable. And I've been told that since I was young. I'm still young, but and with that being said, I like to hone in on that. I love to display my personality to everybody. It's annoying to some, but to most, it makes them feel like they can put their guard down, be ready to learn, be ready to create, and be able to dialogue with me. All right. And then I have my music player because music helps me design and create a space of creativity, which is really important to me. If you are new here, I am also creative with ADHD. So it gets a little sporadic around here. But that's okay because with me and my music, it zones me out. It also keeps my creative flow going a lot of the times. And it works, right? And it works for me. Also, I've learned if you had joined me on my lives for TikTok for graphic art, graphic design 101, I always play music because it makes you feel a sense of when you're walking in, it's not stuffy. It's not, oh, we're about to learn. This is a job. No, learning is so much fun. If you haven't noticed, I am also a teacher. Learning is so much fun. And the goal is when you learn something, you should be excited about it. You're like, yo, I just learned some new shit. Like that, right? So that's why I also play music because it brings my guard down, it brings everybody else's guard down. So these things in totality are just a few of what makes I Am Casey Renee, right? And when you see these things and you see these elements, hopefully you look at them and be like, that is definitely that girl. That is definitely that girl, you know? And hopefully, when you see it now and you don't know me and you continue to get to know me, again, like and subscribe, that you feel like, you know what? That's her. All right. So it is your reputation with intention. Like I just said, it's all about your intentions behind doing something, why you pick these things, and if they're true to you. It's a mix of your values, your skills, your style, your voice, and also your mission. Not just your job, but your essence, the essence of who you are, and the essence of what you want your audience, your consumer, whoever it is that you want to touch, whatever it is that they see. All right, so who you are and how to show it. All right, stay with me. We're going to be on the slide for a little bit because I want to really talk to you guys about some things. All right, just a little chat between us, right? So, when you are going back to find out who you are and how you show it, these are certain things, right? What you know. I just said I don't know much, but what I know, I'm confident and I know it and I will say it with my chest, right? And that makes me an expert in said zone or said things I'm saying with my chest, right? Because I'm a forever student, I research, I teach, and I have a passion for it, right? So, what you know, your knowledge, your experience, and your talents, that is a big part of your personal brand, right? What are you selling us? You're ultimately selling yourself, unless you just sometimes somehow got on TikTok randomly and something went viral and now you just the shit and you had to figure it out. It happens actually. I'm saying it like it doesn't happen. It actually does happen. But this is a way of having a game plan for when. You see, I manifested that for you for when it does happen. All right. So, also, your brand is what you say. Like I just said, cross your fingers in your butt cheeks, right? I can say my toes. I can say anything. But for me, I say butt cheeks because I like a little bit of wow. I like to catch you off guard. I want to make sure you're listening to me. And I like to just have fun. All right. So your voice and your tone of messaging. I'm more lackadaisical. But it's okay if you want to come off corporate. It's okay if you want to come off collegiate. It's okay if you want to come off as a homegirl. It's okay if you want to come off of as a homie. There's nothing wrong with any of these things. But I do caution you, and I say this to all my brand clients. I do caution you to, once you pick that lane, stick with it, because to go to homegirl to very stuffy, you'll start to lose people. Okay, now I'm not saying don't be professional. I talk this way all the time, but in my emails, it's very to the point. I'm very accurate. I make sure that everybody understands what I'm saying. I might put a tiny hey. I might put a tiny little if it's a client that I've had before, I've spoken to them directly and maybe we said something, a little joke that was said, I might add those elements in. Um but it's very important that you pick your tone and you stick with it, okay? Because you don't want to cause confusion. You really don't. All right. How you look, your visual style, your online presence, and your physical presentation. I'm not saying that you should be a buck 50. I'm not saying any of that when I say physical presentation. Okay. I'm saying that you show up how you are comfortable or how you want your brand to be perceived. In 2000 and how old is my son? 10. So 2016, I won a award, a Girls Rock Award for Graphic Designer of the Year. I know, I know, I know, I know, I know, I know. Okay. And with that, I'm not comfortable in heels. I'm not that girl. I'm a whole AKA and I'm not that girl. Okay. So I had a dress on and I wore Chucks. Why? Because that's who I am. That made me comfortable. I could show up authentically as me. And that was the presentation that I wanted people to see. And also creatives, we do things like that. We don't do the stuff really well, right? So it's really important. Also, your visual style online. Now, we will get into this more, but I know online sometimes can get very misconstrued, because TikTok, you can go on with your bonnet and drop your gems and everybody appreciates it. Instagram is still a little bit more tighter. So there is a balance to it, because I won't lie, my Instagram does look a little bit different from my TikTok, but the go back to what you know looks exactly the same. Okay. All right. What you believe in. I love this. I love that what you believe in, sticking to your morals. I am a teacher, and right now I am teaching a 12th grader, and he is starting to become my protege. I'm scared to say this out loud, but in a couple of months, he probably will design my ass under the table. But guess who taught him to do that? Me. Yes. Me. This boy hasn't even opened a computer before me, so shout out to me. I like to thank me. Uh, but I say to say, he is very in tune with his morals and his values, which is also beautiful to see at 17, 18 years old, period, right? But I have him do mock clients to help build his portfolio so he can, in essence, build his personal brand and he can sell himself to get design clients. And I'm seeing his values come through. I didn't even notice he never curses. And I say this because I'm so used to students. This is just the culture of high school. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's wrong. I got my own kids to worry about. But they curse, right? So in the midst of all these kids cursing, I never really thought he doesn't curse, right? And I've heard him in talks now. I'm paying more attention because we're trying to actively decide his personal brand, right? Out of college, trying to do this, break into freelance design. Like, what does that look like, right? And I'm like, oh, he doesn't curse. Then I gave him some mock clients, and he would say, I don't believe in that. Okay. Or Can we pose it this way? He was asking questions to keep his beliefs and his morals intact. Okay. I know I have peers in the design world that I'm just gonna be honest, the adult toy line world was asking them, for designs. They turned it down. That wasn't in their cause or their mission, right? Me, I believe in beauty positivity. That was one of my whole realms at a point in my design career where I just wanted to work with body positive clients, right? So it fit into my realm, but it didn't in others. So I want you to really hone in on your values, your causes, your mission. What does that look like? Because all clients are great, but birds of a feather do always flock together. So when you start your personal brand and you have a client that you're like, I just need this $200, right? Because it happens. He's like, I just need this $200. And then they get the 200, you get the $200. And it wasn't a client you even really wanted to take on, or a brand you really wanted to work with. But you wanted that $200. So you get it. But you did so well because you the shit, baby. I don't even know you the shit. Okay. That they loved it. So now they referred you to their friends, and baby, birds of a feather flock together. So now you have another client. And because the money looks good and you need it, you're still doing the things that you didn't want to do. And now your portfolio, your talks, your people who you're cooking for, the people who you're training, you are training at the gym, whatever it is that you're doing, you're now with those clients. So birds of a feather flock together, and now you have created this beautiful personal brand that is structured to serve certain clients, but you have now lost it because you did not stick into what you believe in and your missions and your values and your causes. Okay, I'm off my soapbox. All right. All right. And then how you connect, right? It's the way you treat people, the way you network to build community. I am so community, right? And I hate to just be like, but I mean, I'm the personal brand. This is the way I have to teach it to you, right? So what are you? What are you? Are you community, right? Or are you, that's not your thing? Again, whatever your thing is your thing, baby. You're going to find your tribe. All right. Maybe it's your network. Maybe it's just how you treat people, right? That's big in itself. My grandfather always taught me, you might not ever remember what they said, but you're going to remember how it made you feel, right? So if I meet you and it's just a smile and I just remember laughing with you, you did your job, right? But if I saw you and I was like, this bitch so dirty as shit, I don't like it. I remember that. Because I don't remember what you said, but I remember how you made me feel, right? So make sure that you are being authentic. If your authenticity is, hone in on it, baby. Again, you're gonna find your tribe. It ain't me, but you're gonna find them. And I hope that you connect very well with them. All right. So, bottom line, it's like designing a brand, but the product is you. You are now the product. When you get in front of people, when you start this mission, you are now the product, and you have to remember that. So, if you are the product, are you sitting in Target? No, ain't nobody sitting in Target. No one is sitting in Target. I have clients. I have product clients in Target. But anyway, are you in Walmart? Are you luxury? Whatever it is. And don't get it twisted. There's nothing wrong with, I'm approachable. I don't think I'm Chanel. I don't think I'm Louis. If you had to classify me as a store that is approachable, I don't think I'm Walmart. I think I'm a little bit funner than that. Like, I think I'm like a Spencer's or a Hot Topic, because you really don't know what you're gonna get when you get in there. It goes from like cool t-shirts to like shock value, like that type of stuff, right? So where do you fit in? All right. So what does a personal brand look like? Like, when we hear personal brand, I can say I, me all day, right? But outside forces that you really know, you're learning me. What does it look like? Okay. So personal branding can look different for everyone, but all strong brands feel intentional, consistent, and authentic. Please, authentic, authentic, authentic. All right. That's the goal. That's the goal. All right. So I'm going to give you a couple of examples, two examples of personal branding that hopefully you can relate to and then you understand. All right. So the first one, Tabitha Brown, right? She is America's mom. That is her. That is her personal brand. That is what she sold us. And that is what she has stayed true to, even in her products, even in her cooking, even on the show she appears on, right? She gives you that warmth. She's known for her vegan food, her faith, her positivity, and the sweet Southern voice. Even though some people say that joint is not real, I don't even care. I don't. It can be fake. I still love this lady. Okay. Her brand blends wellness, family, and personality. All right. She takes you in to see what it's like with her children. She takes you with her husband. She takes you through journeys. She tells you, hey, if you're not having a good day, don't go mess up anybody else's day. Right. This is a brand. She's consistent on how she sells it. She's bright. She always wears bright colors. She always is just a ray of sunshine. Right. And that's her brand. All right. So next, Donald Glover. We have Childish Gambino. Right. He is a multi hyphenate creative. That's his superpower. Right. He's a musician. He is a writer. He is an actor. He is a director. He doesn't stay in one lane, and that's the thing. Like that is why he is loved. Right. But his brand is always bold, artistic, and slightly mysterious. And everything he does, he has this like, what is this about to be? And that's a good feeling. It's not, what's this about to be like, oh God, what the fuck is he about to do now? That's not it. It's, oh God, what the fuck is he about to do now? Like, I'm about to watch, right? And that in itself is a brand. All right? All right. I feel like you had to see it coming, especially if you know me. You had to see this coming. Homework. Two things, all right? And you can add it to the chat here on YouTube, or you can add it to Substack chat, all right? So this is your homework. I want you to pick a personality, right? Who are they? What are their superpowers? What are they known for? Just like the other cards before this, right? Tell me about them. Because if there's their personality and this is their brand, you will automatically know what they're known for, right? And it should resonate to everybody else. So if you put it in the chat, everybody should be like, you right. You right. Because when you write, you right. And then that shows that their personal branding is just as strong as any product or store out there. All right. Then you already know you. I want you, right? Who are you? What are you known for? All right. What are your superpowers? What is it that you do well? Okay. I want you to fill this card out on behalf of yourself as well. Okay. And I want you to start, this is you being a product. I want you to start to advertise yourself as such. You are a product. All right. Start acting like it. There's value in you. All right. So, why should you explore your personal brand? At the end of the day, what are we doing it for? Yes, money is great, all of that, especially the climate that we're in. But why should you start exploring? Because it's going to take time. It's going to take work. It's going to take all the things. So, but why should we do it, right? All right. So, whether you're a student, a creative, an entrepreneur, you're still trying to figure it out, your personal brand, it helps you stand out from crowded world, right? You need to find a way to stand out, but tastefully. Okay? Tastefully. It builds trust. It attracts the right opportunities. It makes it easier to tell your story, all right, on paper, online, and face to face. Once you start to understand like why your personal brand, it'll make you be like, oh, I'm this. Me personally, I can always tell people like, hey, why are you a personal brand? Why are you this designer? Why are you this educator? Why did you share so much? Why are you a resource? My answer is so simple, and it's always, I'm just trying to be what I never had. That's literally it. It doesn't get any more complex. I can't break it down anymore. It's just what it is. That is my mission. That is my core. I just want to be what I never had. And I take that to my clients, I take that to my students, and I take it to you guys. I just want what I never had. Okay? All right. It reminds you who you are when the world gets noisy, right? You that bad. You that little. Like whatever that looks like, it just reminds you who you are when the world gets noisy and nosy, baby, and nosy, okay? Because that's a thing too nowadays. All right, and then it puts you in control of your narrative. You need to be in control of your narrative. And why? Because if you don't define your brand, someone else will, and they'll probably get it wrong. And that is it. Like, if you do not say, this is who I am and what I stand for, people will try to put the pieces of your puzzle together and they will get it all wrong. Okay? All right. So, you have homework. I hope you enjoyed the first session of Personal Brand 101. All right, I can't play no music because I'm not about to pay YouTube right now. So it's just me and my voice, and I hope you do your homework. All right, and then next class, we'll walk through how to start discovering your brand step by step, and we'll get intentional, and we will also continue to get what? Personal, because we are talking about personal branding. I had fun again. I had fun. I missed you guys. All right. Homework, questions, ask down below, ask on Substack, carrier pigeon, all the things. All right. It was a pleasure.